Okay, I'm going to call the August 4th, 2025 meeting of the City of Huntington Board of Zoning Appeals to order. Miranda, can you do a roll call, please?
Norris Friesen, Ashley Allen, Chris Kaufman, Tanner Babb,
Present.
Amy Richard,
Present.
Cody White.
Present.
Okay, thank you. You all have received the minutes from the last meeting. I will, if there's no corrections, entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move for approval of the minutes.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Are there any declared conflicts of interest with anything on the docket tonight? Okay. Then we have new business, docket BZ-25-004, application filed by the City of Huntington Fire Department requesting a special exception to allow a fire station on the property located at 1000 Flax Mill Road. So if the applicant could step to the podium, state their name and address for the record, and explain the request.
Adam Cuttress, City of Huntington, 300 Cherry Street. The request before the board tonight is for a special exception to the I-1 zoning district for the property located at 1005 Flax Mill Road. The city purchased this property many years ago for the intent of the construction of a fire station. We are at that point where we've begun work on designing a fire station and are here tonight to request a special exception to the I-1 zoning district on this property for a fire station.
All right. Do any board members have any questions for the applicant? And one question I'd had, I just wanted to have it stated. Will this replace a current station that's in operation in Huntington?
Let Tony answer that one.
Yes, this will replace the stations currently on Connet Street on the east side, so it will replace that.
Good. All right. Any other questions for the applicant? Thank you, guys. Now we'll open the meeting to the public. If anyone wants to speak for or against this request, please come forward and state your name and address. Anyone else? All right, then we will declare the public hearing portion of the meeting closed. Could you please read the staff report?
Certainly. One thing, when you were entering the docket, you said 1000 Flax Mill, it's 1005. Just make sure
the
record shows that. I assumed you just read it wrong. That's no big deal. Don't want any confusions. All right. Get this teed up. Special exceptions are the use of the property that is allowed under the zoning code, but only under specified conditions. These uses need to be considered on a site-specific basis because of the potential impacts that the use or development may have on surrounding permitted land uses. The subject property measures 2.778 acres in size and is located on Flax Mill Road, north of Victory Knoll Drive, east and south of US 24, and west of Canterbury Court. The site is undeveloped and has never been developed. It's historically been used for tillable agricultural crop production. The property has 301 feet of frontage on Flax Mill Road, a secondary collector street with a signalized intersection at US 24, some 1,500 feet to the west. The applicant intends to construct a 17,750 square foot fire station at this location. The building will be a 2-story fire station with 3 pull-through bays and 1 partial bay. It will also house administrative offices and feature 2 parking lot areas. There will be 2 driveway access points serving the property, 1 for emergency vehicles exiting from the apparatus bays and 1 for all entering and administrative exiting. The site was chosen long ago by the city for its north side location, as 2 existing stations exist on the south and east side of the city. The increased growth and development of the north side and this location's proximity to US 24, enabling quick access east and southwest, and other north-south streets make this an ideal location for a fire station while maintaining 1 station on each side of the river and the railroad tracks. The subject property is zoned I-1 industrial, and fire stations and municipal buildings are listed as special exceptions. Although an undefined term, the fire station is generally thought and understood to be a physical location where firefighting equipment is stored and from which firefighters respond to emergencies. In terms of prior approvals of this location, most of you will remember docket BZ 20002, a variance of use for a communication tower for 911 purposes. That was approved with conditions. However, pursuant to the conditions of BZ 20-018, this approval has since been surrendered. Docket BZ 20003, a variance for a 110-foot variance from the 150-foot maximum height for a communications tower, that was approved without conditions. The 2020 update to the City of Huntington Comprehensive Plan has the following overarching land use goal: to encourage a variety of land uses coordinated in geographic locations in order to meet the needs of a diverse community, which contains thriving neighborhoods, business areas, employment centers, and civic places that provide an opportunity for wholesome life within a dynamic environment. The plan also contains the following relevant land use strategies and recommendations: to continue to evaluate the location of public safety facilities in order to improve response times and evenly distribute coverage areas in a manner that follows growth patterns in terms both of density and land area when considering facility upgrades or new facilities. To support land uses which promote the expansion of educational and institutional facilities where appropriate in a manner which accentuates the underlying tax base and existing land uses. To encourage infill development strategies wherever possible in a way that minimizes sprawl, promotes mixed-use development, and creates public spaces. Institutional uses are supported in their long-term plans for expanding and maintaining their facilities. Measures should be taken to minimize the impacts of expansion-related activities on nearby properties. Growth should be permitted in a manner which prevents devaluation of the area and lessens significant tax base impacts. New facilities should seamlessly integrate into their adjacent areas. And in general, the density and intensity of development should be compatible with the general characteristics of the area in which the development is located. Changes in density or intensity may be supported if it enhances viability and character of the surrounding area. The comprehensive plan's future land use map calls for this area to develop as commercial general. That would enable it to essentially serve as a buffer between industrial uses to the west and residential uses to the east, a parcel of transition between the two zones, if you will. In preparation of your decision tonight, staff has prepared some recommended findings. As always, the board can adopt these findings. The board may create its own findings. The board can adopt the applicant's findings or any combination thereof. In terms of number one, the proposed exception or use will or will not be injurious to or alter the normal and orderly development of permitted uses of property within the general vicinity, because staff finds that with the exception of the adjacent farm field, the vast majority of properties within the area have been developed or have had their uses well established for more than a decade. The station will be constructed on land acquired for this explicit purpose nearly 2 decades ago. And regardless, fire stations are a part of essential government services necessary to support the community, and as such, they need to be strategically located. Number two, the proposed exception or use is serviced by adequate access roads, ingress and egress points, and traffic flow and control mechanisms, because staff finds that the property has direct frontage onto Flax Mill Road and is located some 1,500 feet east of the signalized intersection with US 24, allowing for quick access southwest or easterly. In addition, Hittsfield Street is less than 1,000 feet due east, and North Jefferson Street, or State Road 5, is a mere 3/4 of a mile easterly. Number three, the establishment, maintenance, or operation of the proposed exception or use will or will not be injurious to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare, because staff finds that the proposed use is in furtherance of the public health, safety, and general welfare by enabling quicker response to the growing northern part of Huntington, as well as providing a modern facility for the fire department. And number four, the proposed exception or use is not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan, because staff finds it as specifically detailed in the comprehensive plan portion of the staff report. The comprehensive plan recognizes that a holistic balance of land uses is necessary in order to meet the needs of the entire community, and that the plan generally supports institutional related uses and efficient government services, and the plan specifically speaks to the location of public safety facilities in order to impact response times and evenly distribute coverage areas. Based upon those written findings above, staff recommends approval of this request. If the board has any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them at this time.
Are there any questions for the staff? Okay, Miranda, could you read findings of fact, please?
Number 1, the proposed exception or use will or will not be injurious to or alter the normal and orderly development of permitted uses of property within the general vicinity because
Will not, per staff finding.
Amy Richard,
Will not.
Tanner Babb,
Will not.
Cody White.
Will not.
Number 2, the proposed exception or use is or is not serviced by adequate access roads, ingress and egress points, and traffic flow and control mechanisms because
Is, per staff finding.
Tanner Babb,
Is.
Cody White,
Is.
Amy Richard.
Is.
Number 3, the establishment, maintenance, or operation of the proposed exception or use will or will not be injurious to the public health, safety, or general welfare because
Will not, per staff finding.
Amy Richard,
Will not.
Tanner Babb,
Will not.
Cody White.
Will not.
Number 4, the proposed exception or use is or is not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan because
Is not, per staff finding.
Tanner Babb,
Is not.
Cody White,
Is not.
Amy Richard.
Not.
Okay, at this point, I will entertain a motion to approve or deny.
I make a motion for approval of docket BZ-25-004 with no conditions.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion is passed. Thank you. Discussion items. Are there any items from the citizens? All right. Are there any discussion items by the board? All right. And you guys are welcome to stay or to go as we do the rest of the meeting, the director's report and stuff. So if you find it riveting, you are welcome to stay and enjoy the time. If you've got something you would rather do, feel free to leave. It's not going to upset us.
I have nothing for you this evening.
All right. Well, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. All right, we are adjourned.